I'm Angela D. Welcome back to my vlog. If you're new here, I am vlogging about everything, but most especially living life as a single millennial in Los Angeles, California, and my journey to become a foster parent. So I just wanted to hop on real quick. I'm gonna set up an intro for the next video. It is a video that I shot. I'll put the exact date somewhere on the screen. It's a video that I shot the day I submitted my application to the foster family agency, or in California, they call them resource families. So my resource family agency that I'm gonna be working with. Just for timeline's sake, I did the orientation in 2018. I submitted my application October 2019, and the video that I'm setting up for will be the day after I submitted my application, I think, or it might be the day of. I don't know. You'll see when I start talking. But just wanted to set it up. I seem very low energy in this upcoming video, mostly because I am shooting at like 7 a.m. and I share a bedroom wall with the apartment next to me, so I was trying to be really quiet. Note to self, don't shoot videos that early. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. As always, I appreciate followers on Instagram and Facebook, angeladeevlogs, and subscribers to this channel. It is October 19th, 2019. I am super new to the journey in that I'm just now getting the ball rolling, but I'm not new to the process. About 6 years ago, after being in Los Angeles for a year, I heard about the dire need of foster parents in our area, and I decided that I wanted to learn more about it. So I went to an orientation with the Department of Children and Family Services to find out more about becoming a foster parent. Learn that you can do it either through the city directly or the county directly, or through a foster care agency. And didn't really know which one I wanted to do. I think I was like 24 at the time, somewhere around there. Wasn't so sure that I wanted to do it, and was actually discouraged by a bunch of friends and family with things like, oh, if you do this now, dating prospects may go down, or are you sure you want to do this? You're newer to LA. You're so young. Maybe save it for when you get married, when you have children of your own. Fast forward 6 years, still single, not married, no children of my own, ready to do this, and not to be discouraged. But anyway, so I went to my first set of meetings, I think 6 years ago, and then waited a while. I was a nanny for a while. I transitioned to becoming a personal assistant out in LA. And about 2 years ago, I went to another orientation after coming home from a big international project. I thought I was ready to go again. And then I went to a second orientation with the Department of Children and Family Services. And one of the social workers there was just kind of, I don't want to say rude, but like tactless. And yeah, so I decided I actually have a video of that, which I will link somewhere, my reaction to going to that class. But it just didn't feel like the right time to, because I was transitioning to a new job. Fast forward again 2 years later to today. I'm in a great job. There's some flexibility, although I will need childcare. And I decided to begin the process. And so I submitted my application October 14th, booked my pre-assessment later that week, and my pre-assessment will be this coming Tuesday. So that's where I am in my journey. So now I thought I would take some time to talk with you guys about some questions that I've gotten already in my foster care journey. First question is, why do you want to be a foster parent? And I think that's a pretty legit question, because it does take a certain type of person to be a successful foster parent. I learned about fostering when I was in the 2nd grade. One of my friend's grandparents had fostered over 100 kids in their entire career as foster family. And I know they adopted at least one of their children. They might have adopted more, but I know at least one got adopted by them. And I don't know, in 2nd grade at 6 years old, I just thought that was so cool. I always wanted a ton of kids. If you had asked me all the way through high school how many kids I wanted, I would have said I wanted to birth 5 and adopt 22 to get 27 kids total. Not anywhere close to that now, and not that I've been a professional nanny, I will never be close to that. But yeah, I kind of always just knew about it. It's always been something I wanted to do. It's not something I ever questioned beyond, I want to help out my community. There's a dire need for foster care. Resource families is what they call them in LA. There's a dire need for resource families out here. I have an extensive knowledge of childcare, about child rearing philosophies, ages and stages, child development. And I think one way I can serve my community is becoming a resource parent. The The second reason is I knew back then, and I know now, that I do want to adopt children. The goal for foster care in every situation, at least in the beginning, is reunification. So I'm going into this clearly knowing that any child that I get may be reunified with their parents, and that's the goal. But if reunification isn't possible, I would happily adopt and add them to my family and be a single mom by choice that way. The next common reaction, it's not really a question, but the next reaction I get from people is like, oh, I could never do that, I would get too attached. And that is also incredibly valid. Yes, caring for any child in your home for any period of time, you are going to get attached. And for a resource family or a foster care family, that is the point. You want to get attached. You have to show children from a very early age what attachment feels like. You have to show them love, you have to show them attention and that you care, or else they are at risk of developing something called I think it's called reactive attachment syndrome. I don't know, I'll learn about it more in my foster care classes, but basically it is a syndrome where they do not know how to emotionally attach to other people. So they need to be started out from birth learning to attach to other people. You're supposed to get attached. For me, as a former nanny, having loved many children that aren't mine and handing them back to their parents, I feel like there may be a little less sting for reunification for me. I don't know yet, I haven't done it, but that's what I'm predicting. I'm very much able to, in my mind, differentiate between my child that I get to keep forever and somebody else's child that I'm caring for temporarily. But we'll see, I don't know. Maybe it'll be super hard for me the first time and I won't be able to do it again, and I'm not banking on that, but I'm trying not to say, oh, I'll never do that or I'll never feel that way, because who knows how I'll feel. Another question that I've gotten so far is, being someone who wants to be a foster parent, don't I want kids of my own? And the answer to that is yes, I would very much like biological children of my own. I'm only 31. I have plenty of time. My mom didn't have me until she was 38. I know common culture would make you think that as soon as you turn 35, your eggs rot and you can never have children, but my family has traditionally had kids older in life and have had no problems with that. I am banking on that. I would like a partner. I would like somebody to have biological children with. If not, I will look at all the resources available to me and go from there. So that's really just a smattering of the reactions that I've gotten so far. I anticipate many, many more after starting this channel and telling all my friends and family that this is going to be my journey for the next however long. And I am open to any questions people might have. Some of them, I think my reaction and my response to the questions that I get will heavily depend on how they are asked, and the tone they are asked in. I know lots of foster parents, just from watching other YouTubers, have gotten a smattering of different reactions and different questions not typically asked in a polite manner. So, I mean, I reserve the right not to answer anybody's questions, but I am going to attempt to be incredibly open, especially for people who are genuinely curious and people who perhaps want to take the foster parent road. Happy to answer them all. You can just drop them down in the comments and I will attempt to answer them in another video. I also will eventually do a Q&A video at some point, so keep your questions for me, let me know, and I think that's it. As always, if you would like to stay up to date on my journey and be notified whenever I post a new video, click the subscribe button down below and you'll be sure to get a notification whenever I do. I hope everybody's having a glorious weekend. Today is Saturday in 2019, and I will be back with more videos soon.